Oh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a fair assumption to make, considering that something about this match. I mean, we see a ton of top level at this point, like shout out like Sonic and Mia. You know, we kill a little time at this point.
Oh yeah.
It's really getting that lead at Sonic, and then Game & Watch really just doesn't have the quick frame data on the ground to catch you.
Yeah.
To take you once you have the lead. But if you take the lead as Game & Watch, then you're forcing a situation from the Sonic player. But also, Sonic's one of the few characters in the game to actually being able to touch Game & Watch's shield and get away with it. Get away with his life.
And it's a lot of being able to punish these spin dashes, because that is the move that, you know, gets canceled out by a lot of aerials, a lot of projectiles even. And so, I mean, with that knowledge, Marcus can definitely go for a few more back airs if Kamex is fishing for that.
There you go. Marcus already trying to find some more damage here with the forward air. Of course, we're trying to force a situation from Kamex. Kamex, of course, being down, already down 70%, just trying to find his way back into this. It's just the fact that Marcus is sitting on those platforms and knows exactly what's going to come. With a spin dash, the spin charge is putting you in a very disadvantageous position. And I mean, again, this Game & Watch is one singular hit, whether it's the forward air or the back air. It's like getting that damage up and just taking stock of anything if you overextend even just a little bit. So if you're Marcus just up being away around the platform, you're chilling right now.
Right. But then you can also talk about how Kamex is also trying to play patiently, trying to see out if Marcus can make him, if he makes a mistake, and then getting in, because we know Sonic can get in if he just chooses to with his blistering speed and spin dash.
Here you go. We got the bacon on the ledge there. Oh, of getting away from them to avoid that homing attack. Good stuff there from Marcus. But still, Kamex, again, the patience from ledge. You mentioned earlier, the patience from the Sonic player has been phenomenal so far.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. You're playing the fastest character in the game. You got to be the most patient player in the West. Comes the spin out and to the forwarder to catch that jump. Marcus, we've been even earlier, that was the first stock. Kamex recognizing the habit of jumping out of disadvantage state.
Yeah, and we saw that comeback from 90%. 20%. Marcus is at 20, and again, that just comes down to how Kamex, despite being at a deficit, is willing to stick with his game plan.
I mean, yeah, if you're a kid.
Oh, wow, they're down there.
But Marcus, again, his presence off stage of finding those arrows and forcing the situation from Kamex has been phenomenal so far. It's just the fact of Kamex trying to find the damage is the hardest thing against Game & Watch. You know, again, he's got the constant up and down. It's like playing Doodle Jump, bro. Like, you gotta get in there and try to find an opening, try to find the right power up, because this guy is locking it down on the horizontal, on the vertical. Oh my!
Do you not have a jump? I'm assuming not. Yeah, no, there's no jump. That's why he's not able to come back. But trying to use these homing attacks, and Marcus spotting that out very well.
Turtles are out today, my God.
Turtle enough.
There you go. Very good stuff there from Marcus, taking that lead there. Again, both of these players are sticking to their game plans very, very well.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, like, Mark, he's like changing. He got called out that jump there at disadvantage, and is now considering those jumps a little bit more. It's just those on-the-fly adaptations that make so much of a difference here in these sets.
Absolutely. And that's just the beauty of Sonic, and how like he can just stay back on the side and just like, okay, I'll wait you out. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna approach? You're gonna hit by spin dash. And I mean, same could be said, right, with Game & Watch and of course Upbeat, but right now, as I say that, of course Marcus has, you know, a very, very solid lead against Kamex right now, and that's only gonna keep on growing if Kamex can't find the stock.
Oh, and there you go. The syndrome into the back. Very good stuff there from Kamex. Down 50%, but like we saw in this first stock, definitely doable for him to bring this back. Marcus, of course, trying to pressure with his shield there at the ledge. Here comes the bump throw to an upper, some decent amount of damage. Marcus immediately just getting out of there and not trying to force the situation against Sonic, saying, okay, you know, you got that one. I'm getting out here. I'm resetting. It just being in the mentality of, okay, reset, go next. If you harp on something a little bit too long, we spell the end of your game.
Yeah, and it's always, you know, that idea of like, all right, I'm in, and then if I'm not, you know, I'll just get out. And that's what both of these characters can do, and that's what they've been doing this entire game against each other. It's just finding ways out of really, really bad positions.
Spin dash at the corner, and now Kamex closing the difference here. Marcus again trying to find the downer, something to get back into this, but Kamex doing a fantastic job of, again, now Marcus has been sitting on the platform on purpose, and now he's trapping the platform. You're not trapping me on the platform. I'm trapping you on that platform, buddy.
Yeah, it's just really been back and forth with both of these guys just pushing their advantage. That back air hitting on that platform. It's not looking too good for Marcus, but just going to float back with the trampoline. Not going to die from that back air.
Great DI from Marcus, still hanging on here at the end. At 125, now looking to find the F-slash to close it out. Kamex got to be careful here. Both of these players, just one single here could spell wrath for their game. Marcus playing so patiently here, going again up to that platform. Kamex waiting for this game must press the trigger. Perfect timing on that upbeat, but again, both these players, we're at a perfect stalemate. This is a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, it's who decides to shoot their shot first and aim for the head. Right now, both players looking for blood, but not really, you know, impatient with it. They're willing to wait this out as long as they can.
At 140%, Marcus with almost max rage here, but honestly, at this point, it won't really matter. It's just the fact you have so much damage on you, so that dash up into that sliding F tilt is going to be able to close it out. Good stuff there to Kamex, who playing patiently that whole time, even going down, that's the first stock, down 90%, and then going down the second stock with Marcus being up only 40 and still being up. It's the big things like that that is a difference maker for you in the end of the set.
And the amount of time that he took to find the perfect punish, seeing that Marcus was going to go for the forward air, he's like, I'm going to go for that pivot F tilt. It's going to beat out the bomb. And anyway, it's still going to hit you. And you can see that in Kamex picking his poison, picking it correctly.
There you go. And now Marcus already coming right out of the gate, trying to find the damage early on. Like we saw in game number 1, right? It's just getting that lead and then running away. Forcing a situation for your opponent as game and watch. But Kamex is not having any of that, saying, you know what? I'm the fastest thing alive, and I'm gonna make you remember why. Because if I already finding 40% and putting it right on the board.
And him punishing the air dodge from Marcus, very, very nice. This is why he's at the lead right now. But now you're seeing, you know, Kamex with this lead. You're up a percent. You know the vibe.
Yes, sir. And now we have Marcus just again up specialing right to that platform and just trying to find the landing hitbox there again. I mean, the entire game plan is built around that of game watch. This one thing game watch is really damn good, so I'm just gonna keep doing that thing.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to punish that thing, but Kamex is figuring out how to punish that thing.
Yeah. It's just all about figuring out right now for Kamex. That's why he's playing so slow. Granted, it's an optimal game plan, but it's given him so much time to adapt to Marcus. Like you mentioned how Marcus, you know, tends to jump a lot, and Kamex is able to catch that out. Right now, Marcus using that time as well to be able to adapt.
That's the homing attack there. With the weak backer still going to catch you on that platform. Kamex really, really good with these tech chases so far. And casting Marcus in disadvantage, even as Game Watch. So really, the floatiness with that up special and still that immediate quick hitbox out of shield is still keeping you on your toes. And Marcus still down. And honestly, like, you're at the mercy of Sonic. He has absolutely no reason to approach you right now. Even 4% of a lead is a lead. That's a win. Or if you get him attack into a Game & Watch shielding, that's not a lead.
Exactly.
Fun fact, the more you know.
If you guys didn't know.
Oh! Dun, 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 dun. The more you know. What do we learn? What do we learn? We learned do not get him attack Game & Watch when he's shielding.
And that Marcus is him.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, I mean, just off of a singular interaction, Marcus is now up a full stock, and you know damn well, up being to the platform, landing with an aerial, he's looking for that cheeky 9 all match.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for it again, but now just making all these hits count, knowing that Kamex doesn't really have a lot of options to land.
And he accepting that fully. It's like, you know what? I'm a better man. I'm not the same man I was 5 minutes ago. Let's reset.
I didn't know the stage was all the way to the left. Anyway, Kamex. That was crazy, that 9. I mean, it's not a fusion bracket, right? It's not a fusion 200.
He was at 16.
If you don't,
he was at 16.
Hey, it's all fair, all fun and game.
I need Mia to look into this immediately.
Fair play.
Nah, I wouldn't call it fair. I'd call it play. It certainly was play.
It was play. And play on did Marcus do. As we're on to game 3 between both of these guys. That second game went by much quicker, albeit still a bit, you know, slow in the grand scheme of things, but nonetheless,
Marcus, I mean, we saw right there. It's a big thing of biding your time and playing patient. Marcus waited for the one singular moment to Kamex make that one huge mistake, which was get him attacking his shield. Found the up smash and saying, okay, I'm in the lead. Time to do my goofy thing, because even if he punches me here, I'm fine. And he did his thing. And now Kamex saying, okay, if I have to play the waiting game, I am playing the waiting game. We are going to town and city. I'm traveling around the entire town.
Yeah, they will both wait for it. I mean, town definitely gives a lot more opportunities to camp, courtesy of the side platforms, of course. But I think also the smaller side blast zones allow for earlier stocks to be taken. So let's see what both these guys have to do. After all, this is Kamex's counter pick, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely understand this idea from Kamex. Like, I mean, it's the obvious thing of, oh, Sonic runs away. This is a big stage for Sonic. There's also the other thing of Mark has been relying on those double platforms on the PS2 the entire set. So now with those platforms off the side like Town and City.
Right.
If you go for a crazy play like that, not only one, it's gonna be hard to get to that platform, you get in the air a lot more, but two, you mess up, you're catching it back here and then you stock a lot earlier against Sonic.
Yeah, even in setting up these crazy, you know, like forward airs, back airs, you put yourself in a bad position in that corner as well. Granted, Game & Watch can do that all they want, but you give Kamex that opportunity to find those you know, forward airs. Ooh, that's get up attack, very smart stuff from Kamex. But yeah, I mean Momo, like, what are you seeing from both these guys that, like, you know, they're still even, yet it feels so, you know, distant between both of them. Like Kamex, I feel like he has the advantage by just waiting out like Marcus pretty well.
The biggest thing here is we're seeing definitely more of an aggressive game for Marcus. Considering you don't have those platforms, I mean, finally the platforms will come back, so he's just sticking to the same game plan. It's setting out the barrage of bombs, literally, setting you up, and now the second you're landing there, getting hot with a back air, Kamex fully taking advantage of Marcus, playing Marcus so that he's taking a little bit more damage, and also setting Kamex up for a lot more of those opportunities. So both these players are capitalizing a lot more, but given Kamex getting a lot more off of his capitalization.
Yeah. Oh, capitalizing off of Kamex, trying to look for an aerial with that down air. I mean, that's the key to success for Marcus right now. It's just punishing. It really is just a lot of waiting for these spin dashes, getting that up B off, and then making the most out of advantage. Because, like I mentioned before, Game & Watch really is a lot of, you know, getting one up B and then getting that nair off and just dishing out damage, sending Kamex up, and Kamex still staying onto the ground. So Marcus, a lot of work to do. 41%.
We got 4.5 minutes, guys. If you guys got something to do right now, you got that essay due in 5 minutes. You better pay attention to that, because we're not going anywhere. Might as well get comfortable. Ooh. Because Kamex is comfortable playing this exact same game plan. Again, here comes Marcus. The platforms are moved away. So here comes the aggression, and Kamex is there to punish the aggression. Finds a little bit more damage, but the punishes from Kamex saying, okay, I know you have to approach, and Game & Watch, you're gonna land here. This is my full leeway to do my thing.
Right, exactly. But it feels like Kamex is allowing for Marcus to just get onto those platforms for free with not a lot of pressure whatsoever. Of course, we're onto FD, so this favors Sonic a little bit more, but I mean, Marcus kind of has been running away with a lot of his setups. That's why it still feels so even between both of these guys.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest thing for Marcus right now. Like I said, it is trying to get back his footing against Kamex. But now that the platforms are back, you can definitely have somewhat of an idea. It's just how Kamex is playing around this significant height of platforms. You don't ever have to really worry about getting clipped out from on the ground. Because if Marcus wants to go for that, go for the short hop into a nair or a 9 like we saw earlier, you can't really, because the platform is so much higher off the ground. It makes it so much harder for him.
And nonetheless, Marcus is still making the most out of all these platforms, granted. Even without platforms, I mean, he's waiting for those spin dashes and getting those upbeats off, slowly but surely chipping away at Kamex's percentage, getting that roll to avoid the spin dash. Crazy stuff from Marcus to be able to escape from a questionable position.
Here comes the up air and to the up B once more. Marcus now finally claiming that lead back. Just biding his time just perfect, but now the platforms have gone away once more. And now spin dash not going to find the forward air coverage just yet. Dash back out of the corner as well. Kamex looking to find the punish here on Marcus. Marcus going all the way to the top last zone. Waiting patiently. Goes for a creep dash attack with the cross up is going to be fine on Sonic Shield. Goes the down there too. Ooh. And Kamex just threw the fire in the flames. He's carrying on right now.
Yeah, it's that fear of that down air coming out when Kamex is trying to go for a juggle. And we saw that with that first stock. That's how Kamex lost that first stock and going to lose the second stock to that forward air. Again, we were talking about how Marcus, it would seem like a detriment to him to go to that side, but it's been working out perfectly for him.
And now Marcus putting Kamex onto possibly his final stock. And again, when you have up a stock lead, you know the vibe.
Against Sonic too, yeah.
There is absolutely no reason for Marcus to approach whatsoever. And he's trying to find a little bit more coverage once he's getting on the stage again. But Kamex just putting himself into a juggle position against Game & Watch, and Marcus just playing as patient as possible, using that bucket and getting away, getting out of that situation. And getting this lead up as long as you can. There's only 100 seconds left in the game, Jellyfish. We might go to time here.
We could definitely. And Marcus is, you know, no stranger to going to that option to win. I mean, he's done it against me too many times. But hey, it works, and I respect it. Oh, and then they're gonna take that stock. Last stock.
See your heart out.
Yep. Gonna hang on to that Angel platform as long as possible. That down smash, sending at a very, very questionable angle.
Oh, and Marcus now finally sitting here with a substantial lead at 120. Trying to turn up here with the advantage state. Right. Kamex needs to make something crazy happen here, because honestly, not looking too great for our New York player right now.
Yeah, and I was actually going to ask you that. I mean, if you're Kamex, what are you going to do in this? You're down by 100+%, and Marks is just going to stay in that platform with, you know, no real pressure whatsoever. So if you're Kamex, what do you do?
If I'm Kamex, it's now or never. I need to make something crazy happen. You remember, this is still Game & Watch on the Town & City platform.
Right.
If I'm able to pull it off, there's still some crazy shenanigans I can make happen right now. So if Marcus isn't careful, I can still win this game. Especially with all this rage on the Sonic you cannot forget about.
Yeah, and now we're on FD, so that platform is completely gone. And now Marcus forced to play a little bit more close quarters, yet still so far away. All right, he's off stage. What can you do? Looking for the homing attack.
The back air as well. The up air is coming out. Kamex going crazy up there. Becomes like up special from Marcus at 19 seconds left in the game. Kamex needs to make something happen yesterday. Oh, comes the Dare. Looking for a punish here at the landing. Marcus providing his time. Thing as patiently as possible at the top of his head.
He's just going to float.
Oh, yeah, he's timing him out. 7, 6 is playing as long as he can. Kamex needs to get out there. Chasing something to take a game. Oh,
no!
Wait. Oh, no, that's
wow. It. And you can see where he wanted that homing attack to hit, and it just, you know, it turned on him. It really did. And Kamex is going to lose that out to a timeout. And fair play to Marcus to be able to get that. And it was just, you know, him floating, realizing the situation he was currently in, and making the most out of it. And Kamex was trying his hardest to claw back. It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, man. I mean, in those situations, right, having the gall to say, okay, I'm fighting Sonic. Sonic's sitting in the lead for a long time. If I find one singular conversion,
yeah,
I take the stock, I take the lead, and honestly, the ball is in my court.
Yep.
And Mark is doing just that, saying, okay, he was waiting there's 2 minutes left on the clock. He's waiting on that platform the entire set. He lands, he finds the stock, he's like, okay, I'm winning. I find a couple juggles from this edge guard, and now I'm the Sonic.
Yeah.
You gotta come to me. And if I don't let you come to me, if I hold shield just a couple more times, like up special, I remember I'm still playing Game & Watch, you're done for, buddy.
And it was Kamex keeping in mind of how strong that down air is, how much priority that he has, that he can't juggle, or he can't go too far up or else he'll die. And so that's why, you know, Marcus was just able to freely float really on that top blast zone with no real fear. And that's just really, really good awareness from Marcus. I think that veteran experience that he has really helped him out there against Kamex.
Yeah, good stuff there to Marcus for closing that one out.